Yellow.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Hey, you.
Hi there.
You right there.
Hi there. Who there?
You there.
How do you do?
Hi there. Who there? You there.
You what? Remind me of the babe.
What?
I don't know.
Is that a thing?
Yes, we've done it on this podcast
Remind me
before,
of
but
the-
I was stretching this time.
Oh, okay.
The Labyrinth song.
Oh,
When TJ and Laura were
yeah.
here, we did it.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Those were good days. Did
Yep.
you just whack
Yep.
into
I'm
the
smacking stuff around.
mic with your coffee?
Yep. It's just I have so much energy. I have like the energy of like 4 podcast hosts.
Which objectively isn't very much energy. It's about half the energy of one normal person.
Yeah, that's about right.
Podcast hosts are just low energy by nature.
I don't even know if that's true.
No,
I know
it's
we
not.
are.
We are.
Yeah.
But there are many reasons for that.
So, how's it going?
It's all right. I had a busy day.
I'm asking you this like I don't know. Like we didn't just spend 2
Yeah.
hours together.
Had a busy day.
Mm-hmm.
It was long. The first hour felt like 10 minutes, which is pretty good.
About
I
you,
like it when
vape.
it goes fast. Yes.
Ripping
you
fat
did.
clouds. Ripping
Yep.
fat clouds.
Cotton.
I really didn't want to have to buy this, but I did.
Yes. Because the other one pooped out.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got a different brand because you like went through two
Yeah.
in too quickly.
I had a really nice experience. I went to Rocco's Vape Lounge, which
Rocco's
is a new place.
Vape Lounge.
Yeah. It's a new
Wow.
place. It's
That Rocco.
it's new to me anyway.
Yeah.
It's over on 224, kind of near the near Blue Wolf Tavern and all that.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked it over there. The girl that helped me was like, the thing that I like hate about going to vape shops.
Vape jobs.
The thing I hate about going to vape shops is that you always feel like an idiot.
Yeah, like you're being taken.
Yeah, I felt pretty comfortable there. Talking to the woman that helped me, who's like, yeah, I don't want to stock anything that I don't actually think I feel comfortable sending someone out the door with. And I'm like, okay, the fact that you said that is nice.
Yeah.
That's a good baseline.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to shop anywhere where I felt like they were fine with swindling me.
Right.
So that's kind of nice that she mentioned that.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, the one that you got looks pretty sweet.
Yep, I dig it.
It is not camo, so there's that.
Oh my god. Yeah, because I don't know if I mentioned it on the show, but when I had to
don't
buy the
think
last
so.
one, the only one in the kind I wanted that was there had this digital camo print on it.
It is not
I
great.
just felt like a douchebag. I don't know.
Well, it's not your thing.
It's not my thing.
Yeah.
It's not good for me. As
It
you
was
might
not
say.
good for
It
you.
was not very good for me. But this, good for
This
me.
is good for you. No, it's like black and red, and it's kind of sexy looking.
Yeah.
It's like nice.
Yeah, it looks sharp.
Yeah. And you said they come like highly tested for durability. So.
Yeah, there was so I didn't look it up myself, but I did see reference to it. Is that apparently people have tried to beat this thing up a bit? They run it over with a truck, they dunk it in a pool, they do all this stuff to it. Apparently, it's pretty resilient.
So you're saying it's the Nokia of vapes?
Kind of. It is big and blocky and heavy and a little bit awkward, but not exactly.
It's not too much more cumbersome than the one that you had before, though. Like, it's a similar shape and size.
Yeah.
Maybe slightly heavier, slightly wider, but overall pretty darn similar.
Yeah. Also, since we last did an episode, we were in a wedding.
We were.
That was pretty sweet. We were in Matt and Grace's wedding.
It was very fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
And I think it went super smoothly.
Yeah, we had a really
No.
good time.
No major hiccups. I think it was a nice day. Relatively stress-free as a wedding could be for them.
Yeah.
Which I think they deserved a nice, happy day.
One thing I really appreciated was that when things did not go exactly as planned, and there were multiple times because, people are human beings, they were super chill. They were not like you just never know how people are going to react when things don't go 100% on script.
I'm not surprised that they were super chill.
Yeah.
Knowing them.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Knowing Matt and Grace, I'm not surprised that when things came up, they were just like, all right,
Yeah.
whatever.
And it was great.
the thing I kept saying is like once we were, about to walk down the aisle and everything, I was like, I turned around to the rest of the bridesmaids. I was like, there are no emergencies from this point forward. We got the bride to the church.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Like, if you trip going down the aisle, no big deal. Doesn't matter.
Sure.
The important part is they're getting married.
Yeah.
That's what this day is about.
Yeah.
So we got her to the church and he's at the church. This is the important part.
Yes.
And we're just, from here on out, it's all gravy.
Yeah.
They're going to be married and then everything else is fun the rest of the day. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like we did the important thing.
If everything else goes completely to shit, they're married now. It's cool.
Like, that's the point of the day.
Yeah.
And the rest is just the party to celebrate.
Plus,
Nothing bad
good.
can happen.
We looked good. We felt
really
good.
I wrote in my notes, wedding was nice. Dave was dapper.
Oh, man. I've never felt more comfortable.
You
I
looked really
couldn't get
nice.
over it.
So Grace posted that picture of like us all walking. The photographer was really good.
Yes, she was.
And the DJ was good too. They're like a husband and wife team. The husband did the DJing for us and she did the photography. I'm not entirely sure, but I think a lot of times he also does photography. Like they'll team up.
Okay.
But because of the size of the wedding and she was a co-worker of the bride and they're giving them a little bit of a deal, they sort of like split the duties a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I'm really irritated that I can't remember her name right now.
yeah.
And I have her
You
card,
have
but I
her
don't.
card
But
somewhere.
it's elsewhere in the house.
Maybe after we take the break, we can find it and shout her name out because she did an excellent job. She had really like creative ideas for taking photos, a lot of which she'd be like, I know this doesn't feel like it looks good. I promise it's going to look good. And she would look at the photos and be like, yeah, that's good as she was like taking them. So that was kind of nice to hear feedback as she was going. But the picture that Grace posted already on her Facebook that I showed my mom and she really liked was the entire wedding party. Bride and groom in the middle, linked arms, everyone else linked arms on either side.
Yeah.
And just walking straight at the photographer. And she just snapped a bunch of pictures and she encouraged us to like look around and look at each other and laugh and smile and talk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it came out looking really cute.
Oh my God.
Like
I
everyone
so
looks
many times.
I know. Well, it's weird because there's like a bunch of people arm in arm trying to walk at the same pace on uneven ground because it was like a grassy area.
Yeah.
And some of the girls were wearing heels. I opted not to, luckily.
Sure.
But we all look happy. Me and you happen to be looking at each other in that shot. And we look super happy and cute.
Yeah, we did.
And it was great.
Yeah.
The dress I got to wear was like a shorter red dress, like knee-length red dress, which I will wear again. Mm-hmm. And gold shoes and gold jewelry. And the maid of honor did my hair because that's what she does. She is a cosmetologist. So she did that and she did almost everyone else's hair, including the bride's. Meanwhile, like 5 minutes before we gotta go to this wedding, like the priest said, basically he said, don't come earlier than 1. Mm-hmm. 1 or a little bit after is fine. We were not out of the house at 1:35 and we were like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
Well,
so
I was like, I hope, because I asked Frances, the lovely nun that we met. Yeah. And I was like, so how are the girls? They doing good? And she goes, I haven't seen them. And I went, Goom.
Yeah. We were running a little behind, but it's like 1:35 and the maid of honor still has her hair in French braids from the day before.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, you have to do your own hair. Like, you have to do your own hair. She's like, I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Yeah.
5 minutes before we leave, she takes her hair out of braids. It looks beautiful. She does a couple extra curls with a curling iron. And I'm like, God, you weren't kidding. And I know that you know what you're doing, but my hair would not do that. I could not take my hair out of a French braid and have perfect waves and be like, I'm done.
Yeah, right.
It was not fair, but she looked great. Everyone looked great. We got there in time. We basically got there, and then 5 minutes later, Frances was like, it's go time. And we're like, all right.
Yeah. Then we had a good time, and everything worked. It worked. They got super married.
They
got
married the shit out of each other.
So damn married. It was crazy.
I hope they had as good of a day as I feel like it went.
Yeah, I think they did. I think they did.
I think it was a relatively stress-free event, which is always what I hope for.
Yeah. I got to explain to Dave Craig what a chicken cordon bleu is.
Like chicken cordon bleu?
Yeah, because he was just like, oh, hey, it's chicken. And then he was eating it like, there's ham inside of it. Oh. And I was like, yeah, so, all right, a little primer. This is a cordon bleu. That was fun. I don't know how he had never had a cordon bleu.
It's like pretty much a wedding staple.
Yeah, I mean, like they sell them frozen and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I remember eating them frozen as a kid. I think they were like kind of like, I don't know. Well, they were good anyway. I liked them.
Yeah.
But that was fun.
Food was good. Everything was good. They had a donut table instead of the requisite cookie table.
I did not eat a donut.
You heathen.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I ate two, so I ate yours.
Nice.
There were a bunch of leftover donuts. We still have wedding cake upstairs that we took home because they were going on their honeymoon the next day, leaving very early, and we're like, we don't want this cake. People take this cake. So
last night on the Dudecast, we launched into an extended line of questioning into whether things, for example, like whether cereal is soup or whether a wrap is a dumpling. We went into it pretty deep, and at some point, Chris got up, exasperated, went upstairs and grabbed a piece of cake and just sat down eating it. It was just like, I can't. I need cake.
That's the response.
Yeah.
That's the way you do it.
But yeah, I guess that's mostly it. That's kind of what we've been doing.
It's been good. Still planning this fundraiser thing. Mm-hmm. October 21st. From noon to midnight.
Yep.
7 p.m. bands are starting. West Side Bowl.
I might actually bowl that day, and I can be honest, I hate bowling because I'm not good at it.
I'm not good at it either.
I hate doing stuff that I'm that bad at.
Maybe I'll try to arrange, like, I'll take a little break and bowl with you at some point.
Or maybe I can get, like, a lane all the way at the end and be like, all right, don't put anyone within 4 lanes of me.
You bowl with one of my derby friends. Like, no one's going to judge you.
I feel like
I'm not good at bowling either.
I feel like I need to do the Ron Swanson and go in, like, sunglasses so no one recognizes me and bowl by myself until I figure I know what I'm doing.
Well, we also have friends that might want to come. Maybe you just, like, bowl with some of our friends.
Yeah. I just don't want anyone to, see or judge me.
No, I don't think anyone's going to.
I'll wear a trench coat and sunglasses.
We could put the bumpers up for you.
No. Although I do like that big slide thing that they give to the kids, where it's like just a big slidey thing. You just put the ball in it and drop it, and it just rolls it for you. I've never seen one of those.
One of my favorite things I've ever done while bowling is I went with some friends and coworkers a while ago.
Yeah.
And we got kind of frustrated with the fact that like none of us could bowl. And after like one game, my wrist gets super tired and I am even worse. Yeah. So we decided to do opposite bowling, where you put the gutters up. You put like the bumpers up, and you try to get the lowest score possible instead of trying to get the highest score possible.
Interesting.
But you still have to throw the ball fast enough that it gets down all the way. Like you don't want it to get stuck because you threw it too slow.
Yeah, right.
It's surprisingly difficult, but it was a lot of fun. Playing opposite bowling.
Yeah, that's the thing is with the bumpers up, you're guaranteed to hit something. You're guaranteed to hit something.
Not always.
You have to hit a pin.
No. If you play it just right, you can get a gutter ball with bumpers up.
Perfect gutter ball.
But you have to ride the bumpers, and then the ball has to slip off at the very end instead of hitting pins. And the key is for it to be going slowly enough to do that, but not so slowly that it gets stuck.
I was with this until I pictured that. Now I'm like, it's kind of boring because you're just rolling it right along that gutter.
But the thing is, that's the goal. Execution doesn't work that way.
I think I would play one game of this.
Oh, I've only ever played one game of it, but it was really fun when I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bowling.
Does West Side Bowl do they still do pizza? Like that, like Strikers Pizza like they used to do?
we ate some of their pizza.
Oh, that's right.
That green olive pizza that we
right.
tried. Apparently, they have lots of really good food. That pizza is the only thing I've tried, and it was good. But they have lots of stuff, and they serve alcohol and drinks in general because they have a bar.
There's a guy at work that used to bring in like pizza sometimes, like for himself, and he would like give me some pizza, and I was like, that's pretty cool. And he brought Strikers a few times, and I remember being like, this is pretty competitive pizza.
It seems like they're still pretty good.
I'm excited about that more than anything.
Jen, friend of the podcast, Jen goes there all the time. She was just there yesterday.
Right.
So, and she goes on and on about how great it is. And I think they're doing a really good thing at West Side Bowl. They're really committed to like having local bands play all the time.
Yeah.
They have something going on there all the time. They have trivia nights. They have karaoke.
They got to be busting their asses.
They are.
Yeah.
They're really trying to make it work. And I think they're doing a really good job.
Nice.
And I feel like I'm having this event there and I haven't even gone.
Right.
I mean, I've been there physically, but I haven't gone while there's like stuff going on. So I would really like to do that.
Well, we'll be there on the 21st. And if you're listening, you should join us too. October 21st. It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Basically
I'll put the flyer up on our page.
Yeah, that's a good
podcast
idea.
page. That way, if anyone that listens would like to go,
yeah,
they can.
Well, what do you say?
I think it's time.
Is it time?
It's time
Is it about that magical time?
for that famous game.
That famous game. The game that we insist is famous.
If we say it's famous, people might believe us.
Yeah, maybe.
And then it will be famous. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
What the heck is the name of that game again, anyway?
Trues and Fnews?
Yeah, that's it. You mean to tell me why you wouldn't happen to mean...
It's time for Trues and Fnews.
Time to play Trues and Fnews. Everyone's playing a famous game, the game that's taken the internet by storm.
It's time for Trues and Fnews.
A Merv Griffin production.
Yeah, the worst possible name.
We don't know what we're doing.
Yes. All that beautiful bean footage.
Anyway, yeah. So you've got the quiz. No, I'm gonna cut I already cut the jingle in.
Oh.
I did it magically without you even seeing it because it hasn't actually happened yet.
You're revealing the magic.
Yes.
You ready?
I'm ready.
DreamWorks breaks into streaming media with a sequel literally no one asked for. B Show.
Oh my God. I hope that's the case.
Number 2.
Okay.
Get ready to play. Oh, I can't do it. Cardi B releasing game based on her life.
I'm sorry. Occur?
Well, it's supposed to, you're supposed to troll the There you go. That's a Cardi B thing.
Is that her thing?
That's one of her things. She has many strange catchphrases.
She just goes, occur?
Instead of saying okay, she says occur.
That's weird. I don't like that at all.
Get ready to play. Occur. Cardi B releasing game based on her life.
That's very probably true, but all right.
You ready?
Yeah.
For a recap.
You gave me 2.
Oh, I did. Last one.
Wow, this quiz got a lot easier since I played it last. 50-50.
Cruise ship refunds passengers after 1,300 men took over and turned it into a giant burlesque show.
Wow. Ooh, okay. Yeah, let's hear those again. Recap.
Number 1. DreamWorks breaks into streaming media with a sequel literally no one asked for, B Show.
Okay.
Number 2. Get ready to play. Cardi B releasing game based on her life. I insist on trying. I'm not very good at it.
I'm not either.
Number 3. Cruise ship refunds passengers after 1,300 men took over and turned it into a giant burlesque show.
Wow. Those are all really good ones.
2 of them I made up 20 minutes before the show.
I'm impressed. Okay, so here's my rationale. Here's what I'm going to say. I don't think it's B's show only because I don't think they could get Jerry Seinfeld to do it. I don't think they do it without Jerry Seinfeld. So I'm going to strike that one. Cardi B thing seems very believable. The only reason I think it's more believable than option C is because that sounds too close to the actual plot of an episode of Arrested Development to me. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with B. I'm going to guess B.
Cardi B's releasing a game?
I could see it.
Nope.
No! Really?
Nope.
Is it C?
It's C.
This happened?
Yes.
Did you say 1,500 men?
1,300.
That's a lot of people.
So the headline kind of makes it sound a little different than what really happened, but of course.
Oh wait, hold on. You clickbaited me on this.
I didn't write it. It's an actual headline.
Oh, they clickbaited me.
They clickbaited you. What happened was that people obviously signed up to go on this cruise ship, and then a group of 1,300 men from, I think, an Indian tobacco company, went on for kind of like a work conference kind of thing, but they ran amok. They brought burlesque dancers on. They took over everything. Basically, the families who were trying to enjoy a nice cruise were there was nowhere they could hide from them. They were just everywhere.
Oh my God.
There's bingo nights, but they didn't even get to do bingo because everyone was too wrapped up in the burlesque and the cabaret shit going on. And
was everyone having a good time though?
No, no. The families did not sign up for that.
Yeah.
And it was super disrupting to everything. And it's not like they were even well behaved in just there were a lot of them. It was they were drunk assholes. And someone who was interviewed was if you were walking to your room and you happened to be passing one of their rooms and the door was open, you were not knowing what you're going to see inside that room.
Oh my God.
So the cruise line refunded all of the other passengers.
Yeah,
for having a horrible trip. Also, just a bad idea to book that kind of thing with people who were on a family trip or something. 1,300 people is going to take over. And also, shame on that company, and they should be embarrassed.
Yeah, they should be embarrassed. They behaved quite poorly.
Well, yeah, and I feel if you're the higher ups of that company and you made that decision and expected your people to be well behaved, and they were so bad that another business lost money because they had to refund other passengers.
Yeah.
I would fire you.
It's like Mad Men
I would
shit.
fire you.
It sounds antiquated, like who would do this today?
Yep.
It's Wolf of Wall Street shit. Mm-hmm. That's probably what it actually is. It's just a bunch of really rich assholes that don't care who else is on their boat.
Tobacco company.
Yeah.
If you were to tell me, if you were to give me option of a few different industries and be which of these gives a shit the least shits about their fellow men, about fellow humans, I'd be fucking tobacco company.
Yeah, right. No joke. That only makes sense on some level.
Yeah.
Well, you busted me.
I done busted you.
But I would probably definitely check out if it was an actual thing.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know what's going to happen with her, but she just turned herself into the police.
What?
Cardi B just turned herself into the police over some event that happened in August. She went to a bar or strip club or something, and she destroyed a bunch of shit and encouraged other people to destroy a bunch of shit and assaulted people, and she turned herself in. She's probably gonna plea down, yeah.
Well, at least she gave herself a month and a half to think about it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's only the right thing to do.
Yeah.
You're going to turn yourself into the police immediately?
So she is not going to have a game based on her life, but she is probably going to face some legal ramifications.
Oh my God.
For a poor life choice.
I'm sure there's a game about a pop star in jail, right?
I was gonna make this about Kardashians make video game, but they already have app games and shit.
Do they really?
So yeah. So
why do we okay. Like one of the things just pisses me off. Like celebrities that are famous for basically nothing. Mm-hmm. And the Kardashians are kind of that. I mean, they gained reasons that we should care about them, I guess. But it didn't start that way.
Well, it's just like Paris Hilton and all. It's people famous because they had money.
That just drives me bonkers.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. There's no more I can say about that.
People getting famous because they have money.
Yeah, it's just annoying. But anyway, you got me. You stumped me. I
done did it.
You done busted me.
You know, busting makes me feel good.
Busting makes me feel good. If anyone's listening and don't know what we're talking about, that's an actual line from the Ghostbusters theme song. We're not just saying that to be creepy.
I just realized I did it again and I didn't come up with a middle segment.
Oh, we don't have a middle segment.
No, I was so wrapped up in the quiz that I forgot to think of a middle segment.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I like this.
It's good. It's good.
Want to just drift meaninglessly into the ether here for a while?
I was trying to think of anything I could talk about.
Cool.
I have something we can talk about.
Okay.
We've been watching the IT Crowd.
Yeah.
And it is, I've continued watching it when we weren't together. I watched more.
I've been not watching it because I thought we were going to watch it together.
It's okay. We have a standing agreement.
That's true.
We'll just rewatch those ones together.
Okay.
And I willingly will do that because it's a really good show. We have been comparing it to, it's like The Office meets It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, that was Ben's comparison, and I think it's very
accurate.
appropriate.
It's just like, it's kind of shitty people being shitty people, but they're hilarious.
Yeah.
But in an office setting.
Yeah. It's slightly different because it's like one of these sort of like multi-camera kind of like live studio audience sitcoms.
Yeah.
So it's a little different.
Yeah, it's not like they're looking at the camera or talking directly to the camera.
Yeah.
Though there have been a couple moments when I thought they were going to.
Well, they did, actually. They did. There's this recurring joke of Noel Fielding's character having a flashback.
Oh, yeah,
and sort of looking right at the camera, and then other characters behind him leaning into frame. Like, what's he looking at?
But they're not. It's not really breaking fourth wall because they weren't looking at the camera, acknowledging the camera there. They were like...
Not exactly.
Looking off into space. Yeah, it just happened to be facing the camera.
It's like halfway breaking that wall.
It was flirting with fourth wall quite a bit. But
it's a really good show.
I love Noel Fielding.
Yeah.
In a very real way.
Yes.
And we had started watching the Great British Baking Show, the most recent season on Netflix, which he is one of the hosts. And so I've just been wanting more Noel Fielding ever since then. And the other night when we had people over, we were just putting like Noel Fielding clips in of like his stand up and different shows, like Mighty Boosh clips and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And also shout out to Jen, who knows the words to like every song that they make up in the Mighty Boosh.
They call them crimps.
Crimps, yeah.
Which is a term that exists essentially only in that universe of that show, right?
Basically, a crimp is like a 30-second ditty about something random, but it's between two people and it's like making it up. It's supposed to be like they're making it up on the fly. Oh, wait.
It's supposed to be that they are improvising it?
Yes.
I didn't realize that part.
I think
that's even weirder.
I think that's the joke because clearly they can't be because there's like dance moves and stuff to it. But like, the joke is that it's being made up on the fly.
We should be watching the Mighty Boosh.
We really need to watch the Mighty Boosh.
It features one of my favorite phrases of all time. I can't remember exactly. I can't even remember exactly the characters' names, right? But I remember that basically the setup to the scene was that they were outside their shop and it had been vandalized, and someone had written that one of them would bum you silly for £5 or something like that. I can't remember. And just the words "bum you silly" are so funny to me that when I think about them, I still laugh.
That's good.
Bum you silly.
We do have to watch that. But yeah, we've been watching the IT Crowd, which Noel Fielding appears in. Mm-hmm. Not he's a recurring character, but he's not like a huge character in it.
Yeah.
He's
in it more than I thought he was, though.
Yeah.
He had at least 2 episodes in the first season that he was featured in, and I didn't realize
he pops up every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not like a huge role, but he's a very interesting character.
Yeah, he's good.
It's a good show. I really like it, and it's a show I knew I would like. Everyone told me I would like, and I just kept putting off watching it.
Well, there's so much shit on the list. Can we talk about that? Could that be part of our middle segment? The list is too big. There's too much shit to watch, and it's impossible. It is actually it's a monolith.
Yeah,
that I will never conquer.
It's okay.
I know it's okay.
It's all right,
but it drives me nuts.
Yeah, it can be a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
But this is one thing I can start to cross off of it. I think I'm in season 3.
Oh, okay.
Series 3. Excuse me.
That's right. They call
Pardon my English.
Series.
Yep.
While we're talking about TV stuff, I talked about it a little bit on the Dudecast, but I want to talk about it here. I finally got around to taking one of Chris's recommendations, and I watched the entire first season of True Detective on HBO.
I've been wanting to watch that.
It is good.
Who's in that again?
So it's Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey as these two unlikely partners, who are trying to solve like a woman's murder, right?
Okay.
In Louisiana. Is it Louisiana or Mississippi? It's Mississippi.
Is it all right?
Oh, it's better than all right. It has some of my favorite lines I've ever heard in television.
Yeah.
Some incredible dialogue. And Chris mentioned this, and I knew when he said it, I told him I'll know it when I see it. He said it features his very favorite 6-minute long tracking shot that he's ever seen in like anything. So it is like an unbroken 6-minute sequence. And it's so crazy. You can't even, it's like shocking that they got it because apparently they did it in one take. It's this really big, crazy scene where if they had screwed up, the setup to do it again would have been unbelievable.
Wow.
It's wow. It's a really good show. It's really, really good. It's dark too.
I'd like to watch that.
Yeah, it's heavy. I mean, it's true crime, so it's like naturally it's going to be like.
Is it true crime?
Well, not true crime. It's crime, is what I should have said.
Okay.
So, as a result of that, it's going to deal with some like really heavy stuff, and this in particular deals with like the abuse of like women and children and stuff. So it's pretty dark.
So lighthearted.
Yeah, it's a real popcorn muncher.
Yeah.
It's dark, but it's really good.
I mean, if I wanted to watch something about women being abused, I'd just turn on the news.
Yeah.
But I do want to watch it.
Ben had never heard the term the reconnaissance, so I got to talk to him about that for a minute.
Yeah.
The reconnaissance.
He just have a real comeback.
Yeah.
Not even a comeback. He never went away. He just started doing more serious.
He started doing good
work.
stuff.
Yeah.
He just started doing things that weren't like like all cheese or like him in like some like weird goofy role. Like he started doing like real
How to
legit
Lose
drama.
a Guy in 10 Days. Is that him?
I don't know.
I think it was.
I'm not sure. But the reconnaissance is real.
Yep.
And True Detective is peak reconnaissance.
I mean, Woody Harrelson took him under his wing.
Now, Woody Harrelson is incredible in that show.
Woody Harrelson is incredible.
Yeah.
He's a really good actor. And he's another person who, like, I think he's been in a lot of really good stuff, but it's easy for us to just forget.
Yeah.
Because he's Woody Harrelson.
You kind of don't think of him when you're like, oh, who are my favorite actors?
Yeah.
But Woody Harrelson's pretty consistently good.
Yeah. I think he's good at playing everything, too.
Yeah, right. He's obviously, his long running role in Cheers was great, in a comedic role, and then turn around and things like this, or like, Zombieland, which is kind of like him in a kind of a cheeky role, right?
Even in Hunger Games, like he plays a character that seems like it could be the butt of the joke, like the lighthearted, like the one bringing the laughs, but is really like kind of a dark, important character.
Yeah.
So I think he's really good. He brings a lot to his roles, and I really, really would like to watch that show.
If you want to watch it, I'll watch it with you again, because I'm going to watch it again anyway.
All right.
It's one where, like, I think if I'd have paid closer attention, I would have gotten even more out of it. I'll say that.
Okay. I will rewatch that with you. So, not so bad for me forgetting about the middle segment.
Whenever in doubt, we can always just talk about TV.
Yes.
Because we watch so damn much of it.
Yup. For a while there, I wasn't really watching very much at all.
Really?
I was only watching what we would watch together. Because I was listening to a lot of podcasts, but I'm kind of caught up on the things I wanted to be caught up on.
Yeah,
so
right.
I'm back in the TV game.
Well, we should be watching more HBO, I think, in general, because there's so much really good stuff there. And we have, HBO now. We should be using it.
Yeah. I have it. I logged in on your HBO on my phone now, so.
Good.
That means I can watch it more often.
But I guess we should take a little burk.
Little burk.
And then when we come back, we'll come back with the main segment for the episode.
All right.
Yeah, all right?
All right.
Yeah. Stick around. But all right, stick around. And we're back.
And we're back.
We are back, and we are ready to talk about the main segment for this episode. Do you want to introduce this, or would you like me to? Because this seems to be one of the ones that you found, and I'm curious as to if you remember how you found it, or...
So a little while ago, we had like a rush of all of a sudden 10 topics we put on the list, and I think this is one that I added because I happened to see something on it.
Yeah.
I don't think someone suggested this to us, but I could have just forgotten. Yeah. I'm usually pretty good about putting their name next to the topic, but if you suggested this and I forgot, yell at me and I will make that correction. But
yeah,
I'm pretty sure I came across this one. And I remember when I came across it, I was like, how had I not heard about this? Because it's precisely the kind of thing I would hear about. Yeah. And I know it's called the Synanon Synanon.
Yeah.
And I know it's basically like one of the anonymous groups, like a Narcotics Anonymous kind of thing. Mm. But it's quickly became, I think it gets batshit real quick. And it became pretty culty.
Yeah.
It's bringing to mind like Narcanon, which is Scientology's Narcotics Anonymous group.
Right.
But it's not. I know it's different than that. It's not the same as Narcanon.
Right.
But I'm wondering how similar it kind of is.
You have a good start on this. You're right. It's definitely like a self-helpy group. Its name draws immediate comparisons to like Alkanon and things like that. Mm-hmm. I want to, I guess I want to start on this by saying that where I think a lot of, this is a story that I guess kind of has a happy ending in the sense that like, this is a group that basically no longer operates.
Okay.
Which is, I think, a very good thing, as you will find as we go on here. And I feel like so many similar movements just find a way to keep going. Mm-hmm. Even disgraced, groups kind of like, they stumble and they fall apart a bit.
But pretty resilient.
Yeah, they tend to come back. This is a story that basically did its business. This group did its damage and then was ultimately actually defeated. Which is, I think, a really nice arc for something like this. So, yes, today we're going to talk about a movement that began as therapy, but ultimately ended up as sort of like a blunt instrument to hurt people, I think. It's basically here, I'll just start this way. It has its beginnings in Toledo, Ohio, with the birth of its founder, Charles Diedrich. He didn't stay in Ohio long enough that, doesn't found it here. But I thought it was interesting to note.
Yeah.
He was born in Toledo on March 22nd, 1913. There is a limited amount of information about exactly what his childhood is like, and most of it seems to come primarily from a book which was called So Fair a House by Dr. Daniel Casriel, who, as far as I can tell, is like friendly to Synanon, like wrote this book with some sort of permission or agreement, from them. The information in his book is ultimately even cited in the obituary of Charles Diedrich down the line after he passes. So it kind of like a lot of the details in this book are the official.
Not critical.
Right. And they're kind of the official story of this guy's young life.
True story.
Which I don't want to talk too much about his background except to say this, which was that his father died when he was 4 years old. His father was an alcoholic, and he died in an automobile accident, right? There's someone else who is going to come up and become very prominent in this story. His name is Paul Morantz. Paul contends that basically the origins of what becomes Charles Diedrich's own personal alcoholism were that his mother remarried when Charles was 12. Right. And apparently he absolutely detested the guy that she married. And, this made like home life terrible. And then by the time he's out of high school, he's an alcoholic. He attended Notre Dame, but failed out of it. He spent some time essentially crawling the beaches of Santa Monica, California. By the time he was 43, he was married and divorced twice.
Okay.
And he attributes all of this to his own alcoholism, right? Mm-hmm. So, he believes that at this point, that's the core of his problem. So naturally, he did what a lot of people have done, and he joined AA. Mm-hmm. Now, the thing is, he thrives big time in AA, not like just as like a participant, but as a speaker. Mm-hmm. So he's like a really sought after speaker at AA. And by his own suggestion, this is the reason that he decides to create his own program. He considers, to read it, he seems like he's kind of like an AA celebrity. Like he will go to different meetings and speak and,
Yeah, so he's kind of getting notoriety among the AA set, and he goes, "Oh wait, like I'm good at this."
Yeah, like this is a thing I can actually succeed at. And as a root inspiration behind the difference between his program and Alcoholics Anonymous, he believes that addicts are not the same as other people, and that more or less you can't treat them like adults. That somehow they're like fundamentally stunted, and you have to treat addicts like children.
Okay. I was initially on board with that statement and then quickly not on board anymore. I mean, I do wholeheartedly believe that addiction is a disease.
Yeah.
And so, yes, in a broad sense, if you're going to say addicts aren't like other people, sure, they're not like people who don't have the disease of addiction.
Right.
But as soon as you start saying you need to treat them like children, I'm not there.
I think it's a weird argument to make. Because also, like,
I think it's a sad argument to make. It just hurts me.
Yeah.
To be like, well, because this person has this problem, they can't be trusted to be, like, treated like a real human adult.
Yeah. Yeah, right. It's very, like, it's like that root philosophy is, like, the kind of thing that trickles into all the rest of it. Mm-hmm. It's just, like, fundamentally not respecting people.
That statement of just saying that they need to be treated like children, immediately my brain lit up and went, oh, I understand how this got very abusive.
Yeah, right. It's super easy to see where going from that to any number of things that involve not respecting people's wishes or respecting them as people. Mm-hmm. Little side fact. There is some disagreement about the nature of the word Synanon. It is Credited by like the Wikipedia article says it's a marriage of the word parts syn, which means togetherness, and anon, which is for the unknown, right?
And we should say it's spelled Synanon.
Yeah. But then the New York Times obituary for him alleges that it was just basically some drunk person trying to say either seminar or symposium and ended up blurting out Synanon, and then he went, "That's great." Like like taking some poorly constructed word and making it the
His
name of the
own
group.
thing.
Yeah. I don't know which to believe, really.
Either one.
Yeah.
Either one could be it.
Either one's believable to me.
I feel like maybe the second one is what really happened and the first one is what they put out there officially as far as its origin.
So before it's Synanon, he establishes it as a small group setting, like basically his own like small group AA type meeting, right? Mm-hmm. And he calls it the Tender Loving Care Group. And isn't that sweet?
Yeah.
It's not really, but it's kind of a cuter name.
Do you see my skeptical face?
Yeah. Yes, I do. But basically, eventually they call it Synanon, which is, when it starts, like more or less, it's like a 2-year rehab program.
Okay.
Right? I think the way that it's structured kind of, like, it reminds me of, like, monk life or something like that.
Okay.
Because the first stage is, like you live in, and it's like a lot of housework and communal labor and like cold turkey quitting, but also like you withdraw from friends and family, which like red flag.
Yeah. Like on the one hand, that is a kind of thing that like a lot of rehab places will do, at least initially.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're going to be successful at staying sober or cutting something out of your life,
yeah,
you need to make changes, but they need to be sustainable changes. Mm-hmm. So making an extreme change, like cutting out all your friends and family entirely,
yeah,
either you need to leave the group at some point and then like completely move and those people remain cut out if they're triggers for you and you're using, or like you need to be reintroduced to them and have like a strategy for like how to cope with things that doesn't include relapsing.
Yeah.
I am skeptical that this group.
Well, there is a re-entry plan into society. Like that's the thing that like this sort of like it doesn't sound that totally unreasonable at first, because it's like first you do all that, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's a second stage where you do like limited external work outside the community, but you basically come back. You still stay there, but like you're gradually reintroduced into the rest of the world.
More like what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know, like less restrictions.
Giving more trust, fewer restrictions. You can move in and out a little more freely.
And then the third stage is like back to basically normal life, where it's like you have a job, you live elsewhere, but you come back for meetings.
Check in.
Yeah, you check in, exactly. It doesn't sound that unreasonable when you put it that way.
It doesn't seem too far off from what a lot of actual legitimate programs do.
Yeah, right. So that's like how it starts. This changes over time, which I'll get into, but that's the initial idea.
That's the idea.
That's the idea. So here's another thing that's central to Synanon is they do this thing they call the game, which sounds...
Is it the game?
Well, we both lost the game, I'll tell you that. Mm-hmm. And now, if you're listening...
You lost the game, too.
You just lost the game. Congratulations.
You're welcome.
It's probably been years since you last lost the game, but you lost the game.
I've been losing the game a lot lately. People have been sending posts around Facebook.
Yeah, why is the game back? Are we that bored?
I don't think the game ever went away.
No, it didn't. We just were winning for a while, and now we're losing. Synanon's game is not that game. The game, as they call it, it's like a therapy exercise that Diedrich invented. Bearing in mind, he's not a qualified...
He's not a therapist.
Yeah, he's not a therapist. He has no qualifications.
He is an alcoholic who is good at going to AA meetings.
Yeah, right.
And decides to make his own group.
So what it is like a group therapy exercise where like basically there's one person who is the subject of the game and everyone is just encouraged to criticize and yell and like point out everything bad about them. Ooh. Loudly and frequent it's just like people cutting you down in like a big circle.
I can't see why that would be beneficial to anybody.
I don't either, except of course for the purpose of breaking people down, right?
Yeah, and that's not like
no.
That's not good therapy.
It's the kind of like pseudoscientific BS where it's like someone could be like, "Yes, we must completely break you down to make you again, to make you better." And blah, blah,
blah. The underwriting theory to everything like that, to every group that thinks like you break people down to rebuild them, or it's the same thing Scientology does is like we need to make you basically relive these really horrible events that happened to you until you don't have feelings about them anymore. Yeah. It always comes back to until you don't feel it anymore, or until we've rewritten what you feel about it.
As if feelings are inherently bad somehow.
Yeah, which is extreme gaslighting. And it's like exactly the point you just made of like emotions are bad.
Yeah.
And emotions aren't like normal.
It's a weird perspective. And also like now that we're talking about it, it's also like a very male perspective.
Yeah.
It's this thing of like the whole bunch of men not being in touch with any of their feelings. And so to make you better, you just find a way to not have feelings.
Our society in general has this thing about like emotions and expressing them. And we're very stunted.
Oh, yeah.
It's because even just like if you're a woman in the workplace and you express any kind of emotion like, oh, that time of the month, oh, she can't be a good leader, she's going to be too emotional. And it's like, why do you think emotions are bad? Or like if you are an emotional person, you're going to be a bad leader. If anything, it's going to give you more of a perspective. If you feel a lot of emotions and can manage them and have coping mechanisms, that's not a bad thing.
It was crazy because this just came up in these Supreme Court hearings where like Judge Brett Kavanaugh lost his friggin' shit in front of a Senate panel and screamed and yelled and got red in the face and cried. And you didn't hear a single person go, well, okay. All the people who initially supported him, none of them were like, whoa, maybe a little too emotional for that.
Yeah.
Maybe back up on the feelings there. There are still people
who think he should be in the running.
Yeah. But if a woman was to do that, it would immediately be like, whoa, she's unhinged, you know?
Yeah.
Like and no one
I'm sorry, but Hillary Clinton blinks and people are like, whoa, slow down there, lady. Is it that time of the month?
Maybe dial back the resting bitch face, huh?
It's women just can't do anything right in this society, no matter what you do. But it's
a bit of a tangent, but I think it's relevant here.
Yeah, it's just this undercurrent, this feeling that you have in our society for some reason that like we have to beat the emotions out of people, or like you're better off if you're not feeling things.
Yeah.
Or like your emotions are too much for other people, or like this idea of being too much for other people. Mm-hmm. Like it drives me crazy.
Yeah,
as a person I'm not a super over the top emotional person.
No, you're really not.
Like I have them though.
Ha ha ha. I have feelings.
I am a real person. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
I do have feelings, I swear. I am not a robot.
Yeah, no, it's like a fundamental principle to so many of these cults is like break the feelings out of you.
Really what it comes down to is it's a manipulation tactic. And if you can get someone to allow you to rewrite their reality and rewrite how they feel about it, you have a huge amount of control over them.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just extreme gaslighting.
Yeah. So here's where the story for me gets really interesting.
All right.
The story of Synanon for me is all about Paul Morantz, who I mentioned earlier. Mm-hmm. He, as an outsider, is the real view in for us into what this movement is all about, right?
So I'm assuming he was like a member?
No.
Oh.
Paul Morantz, he's a guy he was basically a journalist and later a law graduate.
Oh, okay.
His personal start was that in 1974, he took on a case on behalf of a bunch of Skid Row addicts who, basically they were part of like a scam where they were being picked up against their will and taken to like rehabilitation facilities and like essentially drugged up and made docile, and their social security checks were confiscated, and the state was like these places were billing Medicare for treatment that these people didn't need and all this stuff. So he makes his sort of professional debut as an attorney representing these people and actually like, you know, getting a settlement for the victims of this, and like kind of becomes, he gets some notoriety for it.
So who was it doing this to them? Was it Synanon?
No. This is unrelated to Synanon. This is like, so I wasn't totally clear if the people there, if it was like organized crime or if it was specifically like the care facilities
like
themselves.
A group home.
It's some combination of that. It's like people doing this on behalf of the rehabilitative facility so that they could then bill the government for the services.
They're like providing. Money laundering using Medicare.
Kind of, yeah.
Which, that Medicare fraud, you don't want to mess with that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I just had like every year they refresh our memories with these, you know, e-learnings about fraud and stuff like that. We have to go through them and say that we know not to fraudulently bill Medicare.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a bad deal. You don't want to lose your ability to legally bill Medicare for your patients. You lose a lot of revenue that way. You won't be able to help a lot of people. Right,
that makes sense. Because it's a pretty big sort of like, Yeah,
it's a large amount of the population, especially in what I do in pharmacy. It's like a lot of our patients are on Medicare. And if you mess up and you're like charging people for stuff that they don't need or you shouldn't be charging them for, or things like that, then you can really, really mess up and lose your ability to help those people and to provide services for people on Medicare.
Yeah.
No bueno.
No bueno. So here's how Paul Morantz gets involved in Synanon. A few years later, a woman that is referred to in the article I read, by the way, there's a Gizmodo piece that provided a lot of this information, called "The Man Who Fought the Synanon Cult and Won."
Ooh.
Really great resource. Really great resource. A fairly lengthy article, worth the read. A woman that they refer to as Terry is basically, she willingly joins Synanon, accepting all of its caveats and disconnections and all that stuff in hopes of getting clean, right? Now, her husband comes looking for her, and he can't reach her, and they deny him access to her, and then they tell him that she doesn't want to see him, and they bust her to another compound eventually, and he didn't know where. All the while, they're also telling her that he doesn't want to see her. So, pretty nasty, you know?
Don't separate loved ones.
Yeah, it's one thing if, like, again, like, you go into a clinic and it's like, okay, I'm, like, basically in detox for a week or two or something like that.
Yeah, it's one thing if that's an understood agreement and you're like, hey, not going to be able to, like, reach out to you too much while I'm doing this.
Yeah.
But it's an entirely different thing to lie to both parties and manipulate them and deny them contact.
That's
it's a
big
mind fuck. That's not okay.
That's a big thing, is deceit. There's a lot of deceit involved. So basically, Terry's husband goes looking for anyone that can find her. And it just so happened that this guy knows Paul Morantz's neighbor, and the neighbor puts a word into Paul.
Okay.
The husband tells Morantz on the phone, the story, and he's crying to him on the phone, and Paul doesn't know how he's going to do it, but he tells him, we're going to get her back. And a few
I just got chills.
I know, right? So he calls around. Paul Morantz I got to say it now, he's the man.
Remember that article I talked about a while ago about this guy who took on, like, fraudulent debt collector kind of thing? This is who he reminds me of. Just like this absolute badass who's like, we're going to fucking do something about this.
Paul Morantz is like a hero. By the time this is over, you will
I already
know the full entirety of why. But basically, he calls around to a few government agencies trying to get information on Synanon and like how they work and who can get in touch with and all that. He is shocked to find not only do they have no authorization to act as a health or rehab facility, but that also the health department had tried to investigate them, and then Synanon was just basically like, no. And they were like, all right. Like, they were completely unable to... Yeah, I know. Like, the complete impotence of our regulatory bodies.
What?
Really, this happened. They like tried to investigate them, and they were just like, no.
Can you imagine any other group? Can you just imagine, like, being at your work and the health, whatever, what did you call them?
What was the health department here in this case?
The health department being like, oh, hey, we need to come, like, check you out, make sure everything's on the up and up. And your business being like, nope.
Yeah, and then they're like, well, okay.
Like, well, all right, then. Just go away.
I think part of the reason for this is that, it's like there's already a whole bunch of people trying to treat addiction. And I guess they kind of shrug their shoulders and go, well, how bad could it get? Yeah. How bad could it be?
Like, well, I mean, they're trying to do something good, so I guess we'll just, like...
Which is a really bad call.
In this case, it seems like, maybe don't let that go.
So, he eventually manages to, by calling the right people and talking to the right people, he actually manages to track this woman down.
Also, I just want to point out, if you're the health department... and you're going to an organization that's supposed to be helping people, and you say, hey, we need to come in and check on you, and their answer is, nope. Your red flag should be going off, and your immediate next question in your head should be, why?
Yeah, like, why not?
Why is that your response? Why are you not even open to this?
They just resisted him. It's so weird to me. I can't imagine it happening anywhere else.
I don't like to be told no. If I was the health department, I'd be like, fuck you, we're coming.
So Paul actually finds this woman, which is crazy. Mm-hmm. He actually tracks down what facility she ends up being shipped to. And
it's a good journalist.
And works out an agreement where they'll let her go. Mm-hmm. But they want sort of an understanding. They want a contract about what that's going to look like and all, because obviously, like there's things that she knows that they don't want, they don't want it to become a big thing. Obviously.
Like they want an NDR.
An
like a non-disclosure?
NDA.
Yeah. I don't know what NDR is.
You were doing a combination of NDA and DNR. Like a do not resuscitate.
Yeah. A non-disclosure resuscitate. That's right. That's close. I got 2 out of 3 letters right.
Hey, is that a passing grade? That's a 66. I think that's failing. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Hey, that's a Youngstown B+.
So, basically, he signs a contract. He drafts up a contract, which basically releases them of all liability for releasing her, and they sign it, and he gets her, and they don't realize that he did not release them for liability for accepting her or for their treatment of her. So he still gets to sue him.
Okay.
When he tells the
story,
he wrote
in a loophole.
Yeah, he wrote a clever little. Yeah, they're not liable for releasing her, but they're absolutely liable for their acceptance of her and their treatment of her. So he's very proud of himself.
How did that get past them?
They're dumb. That's the real thing. They're dumb, and this kind of comes up more than once that they're dumb. So. He loves this. When he tells this story, he still chuckles at it. It's like a pride point for him.
Also, he was a lawyer.
Yeah, right.
So it makes sense. He would know what to do.
He ends up successfully suing them for $300,000 in damages in what really pisses Diedrich off big time.
Diedrich is
the
runner guy.
Yeah, the guy that runs Synanon. They were ultimately happy to let her go because at this time they were not really interested in treating people anymore. Mm-hmm. It was just that the lawsuit thing really pissed them off. But at this point, they're really just looking for like genuine devotees.
Okay. And what time
shifting.
Period is this again?
Goodness.
With Terry.
It's in the late 70s.
Okay.
It's in the late 70s. I lost the year here.
It's okay. I just wanted a general idea.
I think it was like 78.
General idea?
Yeah. So This is a point where it's good to note that Synanon had their own internal radio communique system.
Okay.
They basically had like wire conversations within the organization, much of which was recorded. This comes up later, but it's good to know that it exists now.
Okay.
Because they're really furious with Paul, obviously, and they're talking about it quite a bit.
There's a recording of them.
A lot of this is being recorded.
Just a hint. Mm-hmm. If you're a nefarious organization, maybe don't record all of your conversations.
Yeah, like if you're a super villain. Baby, please, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
That's evidence, darling. What are you thinking? Don't be stupid. Baby.
Oh, it cracks me up. They really are stupid.
They're pretty stupid. And this is all like this like dumb vanity shit. Like this is basically Chuck Diedrich being like,
is this like
high on being in charge.
An L. Ron Hubbard kind of thing? Like he just wanted everything he did to be recorded and exalted?
I think it's control. They don't really give a lot of motive for this in anything that I read for why they recorded things, but I think it's about, okay, so also the thing about the game. Remember the game. So the game is breaking people down and all that. Yeah. But also they use that information. Like they would even, like Chuck Diedrich would subject himself to the game and then use that information to like improve the way he, impressed himself on others or improve the program or all that. So
yeah, which is fine when you're like a psychopath and you don't like feel things the way other people feel things.
Yeah.
But you're subjecting other people who feel emotions in a different way than you to this.
I think all of this is just about information gathering, and like I think a lot of it is control too, as far as recording all this stuff.
I'm seeing so many similarities to Scientology.
Yep.
So many, maybe doing things in a slightly different way, but like gathering information, using it against people, separating them from their family and loved ones.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So it comes to Paul Morantz's attention that he's really poked the bear. Mm-hmm. But more or less, he dismisses it as just, oh, look how silly this is. Look how angry they are, right? He is wrong to do this. By 1978, the FBI had estimated that Synanon had $300,000 worth of weapons. There were children that were sent there by courts as part of, like, juvie therapy stuff.
No.
Tons of those kids would run away and tell stories, like abuse stories, and then they would be sent back.
Oh.
Because the court system is fucking broken.
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
United States. If you're going to have this group be a group that you court mandate people attend, they absolutely have to comply with the health department.
Right.
Absolutely.
But they weren't doing that. They weren't doing that.
Like, what the hell?
I know.
This is what lately I've just been reading and hearing all kinds of stories of where oversight has gone wrong and just totally broken down, and we get horrible things like this. Mm-hmm. It just kills me.
I know. It's like this like injustice outrage thing. It's just like you can't read this without getting a little upset.
Yeah.
To make things worse, local deputies and police in the Santa Monica area are Synanon members and helped enable this stuff. Like helped enable kids getting sent there and all of that. One man in particular, his name is Phil Ritter. He tried to remove his daughter from the system. And he was very nearly murdered in his driveway for doing so.
Jeez.
And nobody was ever charged. Despite the fact that everyone was pretty sure exactly who he pissed off and what happened.
Yeah. So how was he almost killed? Like, was it a hit kind of a situation?
It was a hit. Geez. Like, they attempted to kill him in his driveway, and they failed. Again, they're stupid.
They're not very good.
But you're about to see how stupid they are, actually. Okay. Because, again, Paul Morantz is on their shit list, right?
Yeah. And he's like laughed them off.
He's laughed them off. More or less, he's like, okay, these guys are just crazy, whatever.
Well, he's like, they were dumb enough to fall for that contract. They're harmless.
He basically, let me say this. At this point, he had not only won the suit against them, but was talking to everyone who would listen, including the Point Reyes Light, which is a weekly local newspaper, about the activities of Synanon. They have not forgotten him, and on October 10th of 1978, what's today's date?
Today is October 3rd.
Oh, okay. So like, basically 1 week away from the anniversary of this event. On October 10th, he was at home. He went to his mailbox to reach in to get his mail, and he found what he thought was a package. It was, in fact, a rattlesnake with its rattle removed in his mailbox.
Jesus.
Reaches in, and he's bit.
Oh,
he gets bit by a very venomous rattlesnake.
Who removes the rattle? That's insane.
Yeah, it's insane in multiple ways. He survives.
I've never heard of anyone removing a rattlesnake's rattle.
Well,
Rattler?
Yeah, right. No, they don't do that. That's a thing you do to turn an animal into a weapon, a silent weapon.
Yeah.
Two Synanon men placed the rattlesnake in his mailbox as revenge, obviously. In Morantz's book on Synanon that he writes later, he dedicates to Chuck Diedrich as a thank you for Diedrich being a cheap bastard. Because he says a proper hitman, and he's right, would have been unstoppable. Like, there's nothing you can do. If a proper hitman has a contract on you, you will die.
What is the name of the book that he writes? Do you have that?
I don't have it handy. I can find that later. I can even I can make it a note on the episode, but I don't have that right here. But
I'm slowly building a library of things we've talked about, and
right.
I would like to add that to it.
I would like to read his book too. But basically, these two members of what they call the Imperial Marines internally in Synanon, which right there, like
yeah.
I mean, like all this crazy stuff you associate with big cults, that's just par for the course. That's a tick in the box. The Imperial Marines.
What's it called in Scientology?
Oh, like the bridge people or whatever. The
bridge.
Yeah,
Shit.
All those jack-offs in
Navy uniforms.
Navy uniform.
Basically.
Yeah. The name's escaping me too, but we both know what we're talking about.
It's really great because it's a podcast.
Yeah, sure. So fuck you. Look it up yourself.
Sea Org.
That's it.
Sea Organization.
So,
which sounds a lot less scary than Imperial Marines.
Yeah.
But
no
similar idea as far as like Marines,
well, yeah.
Sea Org, like Navy ties, and
sure, it's military.
Yeah.
The Sea Org is essentially military, even though it's not. It's a military presentation.
Well,
it's naval stuff. It's a Navy.
Yeah, L. Ron was obsessed with the Navy since he was in the Navy.
So, Morantz later files a civil suit against Chuck Diedrich, who did not do jail time for this plot. In the process of this, he comes into the possession of the wire recordings made by Diedrich, a great amount of which centered around Paul himself. It becomes obvious exactly how petty and small and obsessed Chuck Diedrich was with Paul Morantz, which is really funny, I guess. It's like, it seems kind of like, what's $300,000 in a little bad publicity if you're trying to grow like a cult empire?
He got one over on him.
He got one over. It's just pride.
He tricked him.
Yes.
It's pride. And I try not to like throw labels around when I don't know a person, but this guy Dietrich smacks of someone who is a psychopath or a sociopath. Like, he seems to really like power and really not be able to stand it when someone tricks him and really not understand his own limitations, because if this group is not that smart, that means he is not that smart.
Yeah, right.
Like, it all comes back to him. And if they're making so many mistakes and doing really dumb shit, he is the root of that.
Yeah.
So he's not even very good at this, but he thinks he's the best. And so it pisses him off.
Yeah, I think so
when
too.
someone gets one over on him.
I think so too. I think it's the root of why this follows. This obsession followed, and eventually why the hit happened. So, next phase for Synanon. Basically, they attempted to move to Washington, D.C. They wanted to move their headquarters to D.C. This is basically...
Where were they headquartered again?
So they were in California. They were in like the... oh, goodness. Like, I think the Santa Monica area.
California is a good place for a group like this.
It's more or less.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Well, a lot of this stuff seems to, I don't know, whatever. A lot of things like this originate in California, largely due to people's propensity for belief.
Well, also a lot of drug issues in California. I've known several people from California that like they get into drugs young, like real young. So, and not even just like people starting young, but depending on where you're at in California, it's just like an ongoing problem throughout any age. So it makes sense for me for a group like this, to kind of.
It's also like
take advantage of a vulnerable population.
It develops between the 60s and the 70s.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a time where people are trying out a whole lot of things they're not quite totally sure about, but that sound good enough.
Yeah.
But now, moving from California to DC, you're talking about a totally different town. Right?
Yeah.
And a totally different mindset.
Yeah. Let's move to where the government lives.
I know.
It seems like a bad idea.
It turns out that it was. Because what happens is they get a lease in a building in DC. They try to bully the other tenants out of the building, and they catch attention of the local news. It's also important to remember this is post-Nixon era. So the press is kind of... Are you giving me the De Niro face right now? You give the...
Yeah.
Great for the Psych Gags podcast.
Doing the De Niro.
So, yeah, basically, this is post-Nixon era. Reporters are super energized.
Yeah.
They just did a pretty great job of affecting the world.
They just want a scandal. They're like, you just give us a little bit of a scandal. We're going to bust it open.
And Synanon gets some attention for this, for basically bullying people and kind of, like not traditional behavior. Under pressure from some reporters who were...
It's pushing down on me.
Yes. Diedrich freaks out. He freaks out. He slugs a reporter at one point. After it's basically being followed around and being pressured and being asked questions, he slugs a reporter, and then he literally flees the country. He goes to Italy to avoid charges for a while. In Italy, Chuck Diedrich picks up the bottle again. For the first time in a long time. Or maybe not. Who knows? Maybe he was drunk the whole time.
Maybe he was drunk the whole time.
Well, you just don't know.
All of this is like a drunken fever dream.
He really could have just been like letting the liquor do the thinking like Mr. Leahy. Just like super hammered the whole time.
Who knows?
So basically under the pressure and the news stuff and him leaving the country and all that, they realize they're going to have to leave DC. They're not going to be able to stick around there.
You think?
Right. But, of course, they can't even be gracious about that because they're dumb. And I keep saying they're dumb because they're dumb. Diedrich wasn't satisfied with this and wanted his deposit back from the DC landlord. Right?
Just leave well enough alone.
He's like
dude.
every other shitbird, isn't he? He's just like, I want my deposit.
God, this is the precise kind of arrogance that just makes me want to flip a table and ruin someone's life.
So here's the deal. During the lawsuit, they think that they think Synanon thinks they got an advantage here. They've got all these recordings of different things at the time.
What lawsuit is this?
This is over the deposit. There's a lawsuit over the deposit. Now, Synanon members have all this recording that they've done, internal recordings that they think can be used as evidence, and they heavily edit it in such a way that they think that this can work as evidence in their favor to getting their lease back or their deposit back or whatever.
That's not evidence.
Well, here's the thing. What they did release and make available, for the case still had a lot of relevant info on it, which was ultimately used to prove that Diedrich knew of all kinds of criminal activities related to harassment and threatening people, including Paul Morantz. This is ultimately the first thread pulled in unraveling Synanon. The way to trace this is a big nonprofit, which is what they were. They were a nonprofit. They were like registered nonprofit. Now considered a borderline terrorist organization as a result of this ruling in their case to get their deposit back. This ruling gets cited in every following case against Synanon, and all this evidence ends up being like used against them in the future. Eventually, public shaming of companies that there were big companies donating to Synanon, which I didn't even mention earlier. And I probably should have mentioned this sooner, but they had corporate sponsorships because they're like a treatment group, right?
They marketed themselves well.
Yeah. So big companies, I can't remember I know one of the companies was Heinz, which is interesting to me. Yeah, they were giving them money.
And lots of ketchup.
And free ketchup. And that's really the best reason to get into a drug rehab facility is for the free ketchup.
They got the good ketchup.
Yeah. They got that
You don't want to go to you don't want to go to Narcanon. They don't have the good ketchup there.
You want that good ketchup.
You want that good ketchup, though.
So more or less, these big companies.
God, we're assholes.
We really are. These big companies stopped donating to Synanon. They, because they're exposed to be fraudulent. All this basically continues over a period of years until eventually in 1991 they're out of money completely. It's just dead broke. Mm-hmm. Paul Morantz has been, sort of watching this happen from a distance. I don't know that he was involved in any further, action against them, other than, of course, the civil suit against Diedrich himself, right? In the attempted murder, the civil suit. So,
I'm just wondering why he didn't try a criminal suit against him. They had those tapes and everything.
All this comes up later.
Okay.
And I'm not certain what specific evidence is on the tapes about the activities, and what they intended to do to Paul Morantz.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes obvious how obsessed they were with him, but I'm not sure that there was enough where they could actually build a criminal case out of it.
Okay.
So basically in 1991, when the organization officially ceases to exist and runs out of money, and their last facility is seized by investigators. Their last location was in Visalia, California, right?
Mm-hmm.
And investigators invited him to go and see as they kind of close the place down for good. And he does. He took a souvenir with him.
So this is Paul.
Yes.
Paul Morantz. He goes and sees the last facility as it's being shut down.
He goes to see the last facility as it's shut down, and he takes a souvenir, which he still has in his home. It's a ceramic pot. On the bottom of it has the stamp Synanon Ceramics. I guess they did ceramics. I don't know. But he still has that as a little memento. I said earlier, Paul Morantz is my new hero.
Mm-hmm.
He really is. This dude, okay, so he survives a rattlesnake attack and keeps going and prosecutes not only Synanon and Chuck Diedrich, but lots of other groups after this. And I want to read you a short list of the people that he has gone after in the intervening years. He fought Werner Erhard, who we talked about in episode 18, the guy who founded Landmark Forum.
Oh, okay.
Or EST, which became Landmark Forum.
Uh-huh.
He went after the Center for Feeling Therapy, which was basically people hitting each other as medicine.
Okay.
Weird little
cult.
cult.
Fight Club.
Yeah. The Unification Church, the Moonies.
Okay. I love this guy.
I know. He went after the Scientologists.
Yes.
And also the Rajneeshis.
Yes. He's done everything.
He's got a resume to brag about. I think he's an honorary godfather of the Goose Chase podcast at this point.
Yes.
There's just so much that he seems
to
to have done that is so important.
Can we get shirts with his face that say Paul Morantz is my homeboy?
All right. So I want to refer back to one more thing from the Gizmodo article, which again is called "The Man Who Fought the Synanon Cult and Won."
Mm-hmm.
It's for this final detail, which I thought was really kind of amazing. He remembers his final visit to the law offices where he'd fought so many of these battles. As he retired, he went back to the office one last time and sat outside on a stone bench and reflected. And he remembers crying on this last visit, and he describes it as, "I cried for myself. and I cried for my staff. But most of all, I cried because I knew that there would never be a Camelot, a Shangri-La, or a Utopia. And I think that's the thing I like the most about Paul Morantz is I get the impression that all of this he did out of a real conviction.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't keep going after having your life threatened if you are not going off of like full conviction.
Yeah.
Like there are two types of people, to boil it down. There are the people that if something like that happened to them and their life was threatened, they'd be like, okay, too much for me. Got the point, whatever. Let someone else handle it. And there are the people that go, fuck you. No, you don't get to do that.
Yeah.
And he's definitely the latter. And I really admire people who have that chutzpah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the conclusion of this story as I want to wrap it up, more or less, is to say that, yeah, he put himself on the line in a big way more than once to fight, against organizations that promise people the world and actually, along the way, take a lot from them.
It's impressive.
And the fact that was the thing that he was thinking about was the fact that there would never be this sort of like promised, vision, no utopia. There's no gold at the end of the rainbow for all of these people. I just think that to keep fighting for that reason is a very noble one. Out of a conviction that groups like that and the things that they want to do to people or offer people come at this big cost, and to try and be a force in stopping that.
I think that's a very important and noble cause.
Yeah. And so that's mostly it. Paul Morantz is my new hero now. I really do recommend reading that article, The Man Who Fought the Synanon Cult and Won. It's really interesting. It offers a lot of details I didn't present here.
And again, that was Gizmodo.
Yeah, it's a Gizmodo article. I think it's one of their sub sites, but I can't remember what
They've got so many.
Yeah, right. It's one of those. But that is the beginning, middle, and end of It
was definitely Jezebel, right?
No, it's definitely
it was that sub-site. Oh no. Oh, okay.
But that's Synanon. And actually, there's one thing I really should have followed up on and didn't. This is a little bit of a throwaway. Synanon doesn't exist anymore, but there might be a group still operating in Germany, just like one little group of people, where it's like
always Germany.
I don't know.
It's always Germany where there's like little offshoot groups that are like, nah, we're fine.
Yeah, it's like whatever they are is certainly not this, and they're probably just people having meetings and talking about stuff. I don't know, but I didn't look into it, so that might be one to follow up on the last remaining branch of Synanon, which has no support anymore. Might just be one guy. Could be. It's probably just one guy.
We've seen the damage that one guy with some big ideas can do.
Yeah, this story is, or this, that little detail is like, at the end of the horror movie where everyone walks away and the villain's dead and then they open their eyes and it's like, oh, he's not really dead.
This story could have been a heartwarming tale of one dude who beat his addiction, so to speak, and rose above it, became a motivational speaker and helped other people the way he was helped, and boosted people up, and it became something so much different and so much more insidious.
I didn't even mention some of the other subtle things about what Synanon made its members do, like things like forcing women to shave their heads, or forced sterility in men.
It's all power, control, and manipulation.
Yeah,
you don't even have to mention details.
I
power, control, and manipulation.
I feel like I should have mentioned it. Because, they would force people to have abortions or, vasectomies or shit like that. There's specifics. I glossed over them. I probably shouldn't have. But, know that the abuse was very real.
Yeah. This is not, this is cult behavior through and through, and this is not something unique to this group. Scientology has forced people to get abortions.
Sure.
it's real messed up and it's not good, and clearly very, very abusive things are happening in there. So I'm glad they're not functioning anymore, except for maybe that small chapter in Germany. So
fortunately, while they were evil, they were also stupid.
Yes.
And stupid loses.
The best and scariest kind of evil, actually.
Yeah, right. But that's that. That's Synanon. I'm very glad they don't exist. I picked up a new hero along this way here. And
yeah. Bravo.
So, anyway.
I want to mention someone briefly because I would like to look into him further and maybe make him a topic because I think you'll also really like him. He reminds me a lot of Paul Morantz, some of the things you were talking about, but he is, he's kind of, this is not the term he uses, but he's basically like a cult deprogrammer now.
Oh, okay. Is he one of the dudes from the Surviving Scientology thing?
I don't know if he's been interviewed by them or not, but he is, he has been interviewed by other people who are no longer in Scientology, but are like, against Scientology. He was in the Moonies.
Oh, okay.
And eventually got out and became like, I don't know if he's like a therapist or exactly what his title is, but he used to have a website, and he probably still does. I just have to find it. He had like alphabetically like a glossary on cults, like all the cults in America, and not even just like legitimate cults, like any group that's been accused of being a cult, and like all the information about like why people think they're a cult. Yeah. Alcoholics Anonymous was on there. Oh, yeah. Because there are people who have lobbied those ideas about Alcoholics Anonymous. So
who is the guy?
I forget his name.
I was gonna say we've been talking about him for like a minute and a half, and I don't know what his name is. I forget his name,
and I'm gonna look it up. I don't have my phone down here, so I can't look it up now. But he is also just one of these people who was passionate because this is something that happened to him, and he sees other people being hurt by these groups, and he goes after them, and he helps people get out of those groups, and he had that website with all of this great information.
Yeah.
So he's someone else I want to look into further, and he will probably also be your hero.
Yeah. I love people like this. I just love people who, stick their neck out, especially against intimidating groups. At the risk to their own health.
We've never done an episode on Scientology.
No, but that's probably fine.
I was gonna say maybe we should.
Not necessarily sure I want to draw their specific ire, although we probably should.
I don't think we would.
Yeah.
If Ono, Ross, and Carrie can do an episode where they go into Scientology, and they don't draw a direct attack, I think we'd be okay.
But anyway, that's this episode of Goose Chase.
All right.
So thank you for listening.
Hey, that was really interesting. I really appreciated it.
Yeah, I appreciated it too. Honestly, I appreciated reading about it. I think I developed a new fascination with sort of these heroic types, kind of like Vincent Bugliosi or whatever, however you say his name, the guy that prosecuted Manson.
Yeah.
Like, there's just people like this that just, like, go to bat. Mm-hmm. So this was edifying for me.
Yeah. I'm glad I happened across it. And if someone suggested this and I'm just, like, now taking the credit for it, let me know, and I'll correct that.
But in any case, continue to send us your suggestions at goosechasepodcast@gmail.com.
I promise I'll try not to claim them as my own.
And we will see you next week with another episode of Goose Chase.
Goose Chase.
Thank you for listening.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Goose Chase. We are Goose Chase Podcast on Facebook and Twitter. On Twitter, our handle is @GooseChasePod, and our website is www.goosechasepodcast.com.
If you have any topics you'd like us to research, please email us at goosechasepodcast@gmail.com. If you like what we do on the show, please rate and review us on iTunes and Google Play.
Want to go on a goose chase?
Ooh, yes.